Hey everybody. All right, let's put this thing on autofocus. Is it even autofocusing? Okay, it is on autofocus. Focus, 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 focus. Hey everybody. So this has been an interesting week. Didn't really film anything. I decided that I was going to answer questions from people on my Instagram. So I did one of those like things on Instagram where you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, it's been an interesting week. Went to Starbucks a few times.
Oh, sorry. Well, 1 sec. Have you heard that song?
What?
Have you heard that song?
I couldn't really hear it.
Yo, this was the song I was talking about, bro. Have you heard this? Do you like this song? Okay, that's what I'm talking about here. Thank you. I'm so annoying.
Pulling up the questions now that people had for me. Shit, where'd they go? Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah. Okay, I got the questions here. Checks or stripes? Checks. But ideally, I like to wear shit that's unbranded. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. No brands. I'm my brand. I'm an entrepreneur. Why are you such a dumbass goon? I don't know.
What is this?
It's something you've never told anyone about you. I feel like I'm a pretty open book. There was some few things that I hadn't told anybody about me last year that I told people this year. A select few people, like people that are close to me, and it felt great getting it off my chest. I highly recommend it. But seriously though, like I'm actually like a huge open book. How stoked are you to go snowboarding again? When's the last time you seen a brown man on the slopes? Seriously. Would you ever be an Uber driver? I feel like I would make the most jokes Uber driver. I actually applied to be an Uber driver. I think I got rejected for some weird reason, but I would be an Uber driver just for shits and gigs because that would be so much fun. That's what makes me nervous. Speaking in front of people makes me nervous. I love to speak in front of people, but I actually get really nervous and my palms sweat when I think about doing it. Nerves mean you care. I saw that in a Shawn Mendes documentary, so I'm gonna roll with that. Is there such thing as objectively good art? What? I'm an entrepreneur. I don't know. I mean, is there? Maybe. Or is there not? Maybe. You know where I'm going with this?
Rich people love pizza, poor people love pizza, white people love pizza, black people love pizza. Do black people like pizza?
Is there anything as objective truths of any kind? That's a good question. I think that I call these universal truths that are like universally applicable. The thing is though, is that they can be applied in such abstract and general ways that's why they're seen as universal truths that you can generalize across a broad audience. There's things that I believe are objectively true about mankind and humanity that are universal truths. I call those universal truths. How do you distinguish success from greed? Oh my gosh. Well, that depends how you define success. I think that for me, success is having a very holistic life that's rich in fulfillment, but also has like a high degree of achievement. So I've done a lot of things that I'm very proud of. And with those, I consider myself successful. I actually already consider myself successful with that definition. How do I differentiate that from greed? I think that like greed has to do with the intention. It doesn't have to do with success in and of itself. If you look at what greed is, it's coming from a place internally that is selfish. Greed is something, it's an energy that you pursue things with and that people can feel on you when you pursue things. You can pursue something with love and then pursue success from a place of love, and then whoever you touch or your success is in some way gonna feel that love, whether it be directly or indirect. In the same way, if you pursue something with the energy of greed inside, people are gonna feel that. There's these things in life that I feel are silent, but they become the fabrics of our relationships with other people. And even though they're silent and they're invisible, you can't see them, you can feel them. And while not everybody may bring them up and say it to you, they can feel if internally you're being greedy. They can feel if internally you're being selfish. Subsequently, they can also feel internally if you're being loving. And that's why building character and a strong morale internally as to who you are and who you are as a person and staying true to that is one of the most foundational things that's gonna prove to be a valuable thing to do in the long term, because everything ends up coming out in the wash one way or the other. And a lot of people don't recognize that, because in the short term, you can get away with having selfish or greedy energy, and it might show up in little ways that people will just write off. But in the long term, if you have selfish or greedy energy, it's really going to show up, and that character is actually going to, in my opinion, disintegrate at something meaningful that you could have built, because it's a massive character flaw. Wow, I'm really going off here. I'm gonna calm down. Okay, what's your favorite time of day and why? Oh, 3 to 7 p.m. I once heard that you're most productive between a certain time frame So I started becoming cognizant and aware of like what that time frame might be for me, and I realized pretty quickly it was 3 to 7 p.m. It's my favorite time of day. It's usually when I've had a coffee, I'm finished a workout, I've eaten a meal, and I'm just working, and it's daylight hours and everybody's around so I can communicate with them. People are answering the phones, and it's just a really fun time of day for me. Do you want to go to the movies with me? Not this week because we're both busy. I will totally go to the movies with you because I would love to do that. I really hope that my mic is still on. What makes a good movie? I'm not a movie critic, so I don't look at movies objectively. The one core trait that I want to see in movies is how much it moved me. I'm an easy sell when it comes to movies and TV shows. Name one miracle you've experienced in your life. Damn, that's a good question. Name one miracle I've experienced in my life. When I took my year off between high school and university, okay, put it this way. I went to university. I'm gonna make another video on this. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make another video on this. That's a long thing. What's the biggest mindset shift you've experienced and how did it change your life? This came from Tony Robbins, and it was the difference between success and fulfillment. I realized that I was chasing this level of success that only had to do with achievement, and that it was gonna make me really unhappy in the long term if I didn't understand what was actually fulfilling and enriching for me. I've left a lot of money on the table to not pursue opportunities that were going to be financially rewarding, but also emotionally taxing. And I, because of that, have grown myself into becoming what I consider a very fulfilled and enriched person. And I've learned to value that as the first piece of criteria that I look at when I assess any kind of new opportunity. And it's become foundational for me in my life. And I would encourage you to also consider it. The challenge is that a lot of people feel that financial opportunities are scarce when the reality is they're not. I've met so many people who make money in the most extreme, outrageous, and outlandish ways to know that you could actually do anything to make a shit ton of money if that's your goal. That's not and should not be the aim of your life. What's a lot less common than making a lot of money is finding somebody who's truly enriched, happy, and fulfilled to their core. So I've made it my goal to make that the first point of criteria that I assess before I do anything. And then I look at practical measures such as whether or not there's financial opportunity here, whether or not this is a good time in life for me. But if I know that the emotional reward from what I'm doing is going to be so high, usually a lot of that practical stuff just falls away and I just do it anyways, depending, even if I lose money or even if I lose a lot of time, even if it's not the right time for me, I just find a way to get it done because it's always worth it. Boxers or briefs? I like that one. Let me check. Boxers. I can't believe I had to check that one. Yo, boxers or briefs?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go briefs.
Briefs? Really? You wear briefs?
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm not talking like tight whities.
Not talking tighty whities, but briefs? That's fair. That's fair. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the question and answers period. My homie came through at the perfect time. That was actually the last question. I'll see you guys next week. Peace. Bye. Just remember, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't know how that had any relevance or context, but yeah, I'm out of focus again. Camera. All right, bye.
All right, I just want to show you guys something. You guys probably don't know this. My house is just riddled with sugar. Everywhere I look, every single day, there is lots of sugar. We got chocolate chilling there. It's just everywhere. So when I hit them with a cucumber and a broccoli and a rice and salmon, just know, while that is zoomed, that it takes discipline.
You wanna ride in the 6, you wanna dine in the 6. But when I lean for the kiss, you said I'll probably send you some pics. And I'm like, hell nah, been waiting too long. Hell nah, I want that cruel love. Hell nah, been waiting too long.